what I want to talk about today is more information in relation to the ongoing housing crisis that we have in the country. And I say in the country because it's not predominantly exclusive in Dublin, but right throughout the country. And when I spoke to you a couple of weeks ago and we were talking about our rental document, I did mention that this was very high on the agenda of myself and other TDs with regard to our constituency offices throughout the country. We've been inundated with people making representations in relation to housing. And I was mindful of having asked parliamentary questions of the Minister in recent months as to the true scale of this issue. And I was referred by the Minister and the Department to the website and to the figures proclaiming there to be 89 to 90,000 applicants on the housing waiting list. So we took upon it ourselves to do FOIs to local authorities throughout the country, and the scale of this problem is far greater than the government would have you believe. And it's my contention that they have been economical with the truth from their perspective, and the cat is out of the bag. The figure, and the real figure, is 130,000 people on the applications on the social waiting list, social housing waiting list. And that's not just necessarily 130,000 people. In many cases, there's joint applicants. In many cases, there are family units. So you could be talking about up to 300,000 people in need of adequate housing and not being provided by this government. The range of the figures I've given to you, in Roscommon, for example, and I'll just give you some examples, 157% increase in the last 2 years. The figures that they had been giving us relate to 2013. And in the 2 years since then, the scale of increase in Roscommon, for example, is 157%. The scale of increase in Longford is 105%. The scale of increase in Dunleary Rathdown is 60%. And you have the various figures applicable to each local authority there in front of you. As I said, Deputy Troy, myself and many others throughout the country have been inundated with housing representations. And it was plainly obvious to us, and this vindicates what we had been saying. This government is not dealing adequately with this, what's not necessarily a crisis anymore, what's not necessarily an emergency anymore. This is an absolute and total scandal.